we see the two classical theorems, and these theorems will be proved through contradiction. So the first theorem is under root 2 is an irrational number, and we prove it through contradiction. And for that we suppose that under root 2 is not an irrational number, so it must be a rational number. So we know that any rational number can be written as a fraction of two integers in which the denominator is not 0. So we have m and n belong to integers where n is not equal to 0. And one thing we can assume without a loss of generality, that m and n have no common factor, so they cannot be cancelled. It's just saying that if we have 4 over 8, this fraction can be expressed in its lowest form, that is 1 over 2, and now these two numbers have no common factor. So assuming these things about under root 2, we move further. So now we take square on both sides so that this square root is cancelled. So now we have 2 is equal to m square over n square, and from here we can write m square is equal to 2n square. From this equation, what can we say about m square? Since m square is a multiple of 2, so we say that m square is even. So if we know that m square is even, what can we say about m? We have proven a statement: when n square is even, then n is even. So by using that statement, we get m is equal to 2k for some integer k. So now m is also an even integer. Now we go back to this equation where m square is equal to 2n square and put 2k instead of m, and get 2k whole square is equal to 4k square is equal to 2n square. And by solving this 4k square is equal to 2n square, we get n square is equal to 2k square. And what can we say about n square through this equation? That n square is expressed as a multiple of 2, and hence n square is even. So if n square is even, then we say that n is also even by using that theorem. Now m and n both are even, so they must have 2 as a common. But in the start, we have assumed that m and n have no common factors. So this is the contradiction. Here we are saying that m and n have common factor 2, but in the assumption we have written that m and n have no common factor. So the contradiction arises, and our supposition and assumption is false, that under root 2 is a rational number. So the statement under root 2 is irrational is true. Now we go to another important result, that is, are there infinitely many prime numbers? And for that we need to prove a simple proposition in which we have, for any integer a and any prime number p, if p divides a, then p does not divide a plus 1. So कोई भी इंटीजर दे दिया जाए और p एक प्राइम हो, अगर वो p a को डिवाइड करता है तो p a प्लस 1 को डिवाइड नहीं करेगा. हम इसे कंट्राडिक्शन मेथड से देखते हैं और हम कहते हैं कि सपोज दिस स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट ट्रू and we take the negation as a true statement. So there exists an integer a and a prime number p such that p divides a and p also divides a plus 1. So then we are taking the negation of conditional statement as a true assumption, and now we will reach to a contradiction by solving through definitions. We apply the definition of divisibility on p divides a and we get a is equal to p into r, and just like that we get a plus 1 is equal to ps, where s is some integer. Since in these two equations a is present, so a can be substituted from equation 1 into the equation 2, or we can subtract these two equations. So we are subtracting these two equations, and a plus 1 minus a, we get this one, and ps minus pr is here, and taking p as a common we get s minus r, and since s and r are integers, so the subtraction will be also an integer. So now what we get is 1 is equal to p into s minus r, and from this established equality we see that p divides 1, but we know that the only divisors of 1 are plus 1 and minus 1. We know that prime p is greater than 1. So we are getting two inequalities, that p is less than equal to 1 and p is greater than 1. So this is a contradiction, that p is less than equal to 1 and p is greater than 1. This cannot be true at the same time. So the supposition is false, the given proposition is true. Now we come to a proof, very famous proof, that are there infinitely many primes. So to prove this statement, the set of prime number is infinite, we choose on contrary that the set of prime number is finite. So that's how we start the proof by contradiction, that the set of prime number is finite. And to deduce the contradiction from here, we get some prime number p that will be the largest of all the prime numbers. And hence we can list the prime numbers in ascending order. So अगर हमारे पास फाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ प्राइम्स हैं तो एक ऐसा प्राइम पाया जाएगा जो सबसे बड़ा होगा, और हम उसे लिस्ट डाउन कर सकते हैं इन तमाम प्राइम्स को, इन फाइनाइट प्राइम्स को, and p will be the largest prime number at the end. Now let n be the product of all prime numbers plus 1. So अब हम क्या करने लगे हैं, अब हम जितने भी प्राइम्स हमारे पास मौजूद हैं उन सब की हमने प्रोडक्ट ली, एंड देन इस प्रोडक्ट लेने के बाद हमने इसमें 1 ऐड कर दिया, और जो नया नंबर हमारे पास आया उसको हमने डिनोट कर दिया है n से. क्लियरली n इज ग्रेटर देन 1. और क्योंकि n जो है वो ग्रेटर देन 1 है तो हमारे पास एक थ्योरम है जिसकी वजह से हमें पता चलता है कि n मस्ट हैव सम प्राइम डिवाइजर. कोई भी इंटीजर n जो कि 1 से बड़ा है उसके लिए हमें प्राइम डिवाइजर मिल जाएगा. या तो वो खुद प्राइम होगा या उसका कोई जो फैक्टर आएगा वो प्राइम होगा. सो देयर मस्ट बी सम इंटीजर q which is prime and dividing this number n. And now since q is prime, q must be equal to one of these primes. तो जो प्राइम हमें मिलेगा तो हम जो लिस्ट डाउन कर चुके हैं प्राइम्स, हमने कहा कि द ओनली प्राइम्स आर दीज प्राइम्स. जो हम लिस्ट डाउन कर चुके हैं उनमें से ही वो एग्जिस्ट करेगा और उन्हीं में लाई करेगा. तो ये जो प्राइम नंबर है ये इन्हीं प्राइम्स के दरमियान में से कोई एक प्राइम नंबर होगा. एंड देन बाय द डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिविजिबिलिटी हम ये देख सकते हैं कि जब हमने इन तमाम प्राइम नंबर्स का प्रोडक्ट लिया तो q भी इनमें से कोई एक है तो लाजमी तौर पे q इनको डिवाइड करता होगा. एंड सो बाय द प्रोपोजिशन by the previous proposition q does not divide this number plus 1 which is equal to n. यहाँ से हमें पता चला कि n is divisible by some number prime number q and also n is not divisible by that number q. तो n के बारे में हमारे पास इनके लिए हमारे पास एक कंट्राडिक्टरी स्टेटमेंट आ जाती है जिसमें n डिविजिबल भी है q से और n जो है वो नॉट डिविजिबल भी है q से. सो वी हैव रीच्ड द कंट्राडिक्शन. सो वी से दैट वी सपोज आवर सपोजिशन वाज रॉन्ग एंड द थ्योरम इज ट्रू.